encouraging was it to see the offense have that production this past weekend?
It's awesome. Up and down the lineup, I think 3 of the 5 games, everybody in the lineup either got on base by walk, hit by pitch, or hit. And that means that the lineup is just continually turning over, which is awesome. And I think the last game, everybody 1 through 9 had 4 at-bats, which is amazing. They passed the bat down like better than anything. I think the one game, we scored 8 in the first inning, and then we sat on it for the next 4. And then Sunday, we went to 15 runs and scored a bunch in every inning almost. So that was very encouraging. And also the last game of the weekend, it's a long weekend. You played 4 games. It's 11 a.m. I was a little worried about that. And Dukeshire hits a 2-run home run first inning. I mean, and we went from there.
Can you talk about Jenna Johnson, her weekend named SEC Player of the Week?
Yeah, they might name it the Johnson Player of the Week. Kind of cool that little sister got the freshman and then Jenna gets the player, but she was incredible. And her number one thing is get on base. I don't care how, walk, hit by pitch, hit, it doesn't matter. And she's doing that role to perfection. I think her on base was like almost 800. Her batting average was like 778 or something. She leads the team in hit by pitches by a lot. So played her role to perfection. And then also the UNA game was a really, really good game for us because we were down, I think, for the first time all year. We're down 3-1. We have 2 on. Jenna's spot in the order comes up. She rifles a double in the right center gap. And when she can go opposite field, that says to me that she's pretty on. And then I think Kenley right away got a rope up the middle and we take the lead. So really happy with the response because twice we were down in 2 of the games and we came back and we scored the exact next inning.
You talked about,
I was just going to move on from hitting and the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, the defense and the pitching, everything was good again. Our walks were up just a little bit by our pitchers, but other than that, I think Jenna Johnson gave us some really good innings. Her performances were really good. Salter got in. I think she made 3 appearances, which, we're going to need her this season. She pitched great. We had some clean, either 5th, 6th, or 7th innings at the end of the game. So 3 up, 3 downs, which is like one of the best things in the world, the last inning. So then we had 3 great relays. They tried to score from second base or first base, and it was either right or center field to Callie Hemlin, to Kenley Cahalan, and then to Riley Valentine, and all 3 were out.
Speaking of pitchers, do you know if Lauren or Jocelyn are going to be available this weekend yet?
Lauren probably is more on the no side, but Brisky should be able to. She's going to throw a bullpen today, so we'll see how that goes. And it's all on her tolerance.
She's from Arizona, right?
Yes, she's from Phoenix. So yeah, this is a big weekend for her.
Just talking about this weekend, first time facing a top 25 team, I believe, and just also South Alabama's a good team. Just how much does the competition level kind of raise this weekend?
Yeah, well, Jack State Wednesday night, and they'll play a great game against us. Really nice facility. They renovated everything after the storm over there. The last time we went over there was 5,000 people, and I expect that. So that's the start. It's a big week for us. And then Northern Iowa Thursday night, and we're accommodating their travel on the weekend. Instead of playing them on Sunday, they asked to play on a Thursday, but they just beat Auburn at Auburn and beat their number 1 pitcher 4-2. So they're not going to be a pushover. They won the Missouri Valley last year, and I think their record was 23-1. So I would not doubt if all 4 teams in this tournament are in the NCAA tournament next year, or this year. And South Alabama, they just went over and they beat South Carolina. So they have a really good senior pitcher, and Arizona's lineup looks like an old Arizona lineup. They got one kid hitting like 550, and it's all singles, but she's fast as can be. And it reminds me of their head coach when she played, Caitlin Lowe, that she was a tough out. So this is going to be a fun weekend.
Is this going to be at Jacksonville or at Oxford?
Yeah, JSU is at JSU.
Yeah.
Wednesday night at 5.
So, Coach, obviously the competition is raising, but also you're playing 4 days in a row, 6 games in 4 days. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I know. Well, it wasn't supposed to be like that, but it's a single, and then 2-2. And I love the format, too, because we play South Alabama, Arizona back-to-back. Friday, Saturday. So, whoever we pitch, we get to face them again the next day, and it's going to be like an SEC series, but you got 2 teams instead of 1. So we'll see who makes the best adjustments, because next week is SEC play already. So this is kind of our final preseason test, but it'll be a really good one. And I'm looking forward to making adjustments between Friday and Saturday.
Since we're about to talk to Abby, just what jump have you seen her make from her freshman to sophomore year, and kind of what's it like for girls when they come in and they're obviously at the top of their class and they have to kind of sit a lot their freshman year? Kind of how have you seen her learn from that?
You need to ask her that.
I have no idea.
Good. That's a great question, because you're right. She scored over 2,000 points in basketball. She was first team All-State, Player of the Year. Volleyball, outside hitter, started every match her 4-year career, started every basketball game since 7th grade. That's hard. That's difficult, right? Best player in North Dakota by far. So the best male athlete out of North Dakota is a kid named Darren Erstad, who played in the major leagues, played football in Nebraska. But when I recruited Abby, I told everybody this was the best female athlete. And she played volleyball, she played basketball. And in North Dakota, since the weather is so bad, they really don't play organized high school softball. So she played summer ball with a really good organization called the South Dakota Renegades. So in the summer and the fall, she went all over the country, and that's how I found her. And first time I saw her, the coach texted me and said, "Hey, I might have a kid." And a lot of times that's how it starts.
Right.
I might have a kid. And so I go watch her, and I think she was in 8th grade, and she hit a bomb. And so I was like, oh, that's legit. And she had really good size. And then, of course, the next time I go see her, she hits another bomb. And I swear every time I went to see her, she'd hit a home run. Every single time. And obviously I watched her for 5 summers. And we just felt like she was a great athlete. Never really got to concentrate on softball, so that was going to be a good thing. And very competitive. Her role model is Kobe Bryant, and just loves that mentality. And last year, she had to sit. There was a lot of people in front of her. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but she bought into Mudita and the team before me. And now this year, she worked her butt off this summer. She played great in our Italy tour. Lifting weights really helped her. I think it was the first time in her life where she'd gone 16 weeks in a row of consistent lifting weights. Her body's changed. Her mentality is so much better, and she's got a lot of swag right now in the box. And we need that, because as a 3-hole hitter for Alabama, you got to have that.
And you talked about her playing multiple sports and being very good at all of them. Did you have to convince her to play softball over those other ones?
Well, I was worried, because half the Big Ten offered her spots for basketball. And, basketball is full ride or nothing. I'm an equivalency, or I can split up my scholarship. So I only get 12, but since I have 22 people, you might be getting 10%, Katie might be getting full, he might be getting 50, but it all has to equal 12. And basketball is all or nothing. So I was a little worried about that. But obviously she loves softball. Her parents, just a great family. The brother plays baseball at Cumberland University right outside of Nashville. So that might have been a little help too, because they fly into Nashville, go see him, and they drive down and see Abby. But she is really showing us what I thought she could do.